Welcome back to the Dragon Den. My loyal Dragon Knights, KingofDragons 5000 is back with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Mezco 1/12 Collective G.I. Joe Snake Eyes. And so here we have Snake Eyes posed and out of the packaging, but before we have a look at the figure, let's run through his accessories. Snake Eyes does come with a huge variety of hands for holding his various weapons and style posing, as well as 2 hands dedicated for throwing his shurikens and a grenade. Also included is his falchion and his katana, both with their respective scabbards. He also has a pair of butterfly swords and a knife with its own dedicated scabbard. He has a handgun and his signature Uzi, both with a blast effect. He has his 3-piece staff, 6 grenades, 2 styles of shurikens, and 6 kunai. Finally, Snake Eyes also includes his trusty companion Timber. And Timber himself comes with 3 different head sculpts which look amazing. Finally, Snake Eyes does come with his Mezco display stand and flight arm. So overall, a variety of accessories here for Snake Eyes, and they all work perfectly for him. So with his accessories out of the way, let's have a closer look at the Mezco Snake Eyes. Mezco has done a great job with Snake Eyes capturing that classic look for the character. It's really hard to get Snake Eyes wrong, and Mezco has done a really good job capturing all his impressive details. Taking a look at his head sculpt first, this is a more modern take on Snake Eyes' character. He does have that gunmetal visor which looks really impressive, and unlike his previous masks, he doesn't have any facial features here. But the line work on his mask is really impressive, and I love the detailing that Mezco was able to put into his mask. Taking a look at his costume, you can see that Mezco opted to give him fabric clothing as well as that rubber overlay. The rubber on his shirt does look really nice, and I do like the fact that there are some seam lines in it. And the rubber here looks really clean, especially against the fabric of his shirt. Snake Eyes is wearing his battle harness, which is really nicely detailed with a bunch of straps and buckles. In the front of his harness, he does have 3 grenades which are sculpted wonderfully. And then he does have a clip in the back so you can attach his scabbards, which is done really nicely. His arms carry over some of that rubber material on the sleeve, but you can see the fabric is done really nicely here on his arm. And on his right shoulder he does have the Arashikage logo, which looks really good in its bright red color scheme. We do have a pleather seam line that runs the length of his arm, going all the way down to his glossy gauntlets. And the gauntlets have some very impressive detailing, as they are both armored and you can see the straps connecting them to the other side. And his gloves have some armor on the back of his hand, and I really like the detailing they've put into his gloves. His tactical belt is nicely detailed, where we do have a giant shiny buckle in the front. And going around his belt we do have these utility pouches which have some really impressive sculpted detail to them. And on the right side you can see the utility belt does connect down to his holster, which will store his gun. And the holster does look really nice, and that also has some pouches in the front as well. As far as his pants go, he's just wearing black tactical pants, but they do look really good here on Snake Eyes. We do have another strap here on his left leg, which does have some more pouches which do look really nice. And his pants are tucked into his boots, where they do have that armored look to them. And I love the fact that you can see the sculpted detail where the armor is actually attached via straps, and it connects on the front and the back. And you can see his feet have some impressive detailing as well, where it does look like he has light armor on his feet, and those also have some straps on them. So Mezco has done a fantastic job here detailing Snake Eyes and giving him such impressive detailing here. With his details out of the way, let's compare Snake Eyes to our usual suspects. Here we have Snake Eyes posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and DC Multiverse Superman, Mattel's WWE Elite Series and Mezco's 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man, the Lightning Collection White Ranger, and the Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. Here we have the Mezco Snake Eyes posed next to the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Snake Eyes. And finally, we do have the Mezco Snake Eyes posed next to the Mezco Storm Shadow. So as you can see, Snake Eyes will be slightly taller than your G.I. Joe Classified figure, so it is going to be a little bit harder fudging him into that display. But he will look nice alongside the rest of your G.I. Joe Mezco collection. With the comparisons out of the way, let's have a better look at Snake Eyes' articulation. Snake Eyes has a double ball joint in the head and a ball joint in the neck. Arms hinge out to the side and would do a full 360. Swivel at the bicep and double hinged elbows. He has a swivel at his gauntlet and a ball hinge in his wrist. He has a ball joint in his upper torso and a ball joint in his lower torso. Legs do kick forward, go back, out to the side, and have a thigh swivel. He has a double bend in his knees. We have a swivel at his boot and a double ball joint in his ankle. So Snake Eyes here has some impressive articulation, and you can get him in a lot of striking poses. So with everything said and done, let's get the G.I. Joe Mezco Snake Eyes posed for my final thoughts. So here we have the Mezco Snake Eyes posed for my final thoughts, and overall for my favorite G.I. Joe character, I think Mezco has done a really good job here. The detailing here on Snake Eyes is very well done, and I love the fact that he has storage for his main signature weapons. Giving him his iconic weapons such as his falchion and his Uzi was a really good call, and I do like the fact he comes with a lot of secondary weapons as well. Mezco never ceases to amaze me with the amount of details they're able to put into their figures, and the fact that all his tactical gear has some detailing in it is very impressive. And the amount of hands this figure comes with is insane, but I really do like the fact that we also get some hands with some throwing effects in them. Where I've seen some criticism is the fact he doesn't come with a classic head sculpt, which I can understand why a lot of people would want that, as that's the idea of Snake Eyes that they have. Though me personally, I love the more modern Snake Eyes head, so I'm not disappointed with it, but I can understand why people wanted that classic head as well. Now, I did pick up my Snake Eyes from the Mezco website, where he did run me about $112, which is the going price for this character. He is sold out on the Mezco website at the time I'm making this video, but he is still available on sites like Big Bad Toy Store. If you're a fan of Snake Eyes or just want a really awesome ninja-like character in your display, Snake Eyes here is gonna fit in perfectly. So with that being said, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and check out the rest of my Mezco videos. If you're in a position to help out the Dragon Den, check out my Patreon where I have some exclusive content and early access videos. Check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, videos, recent pickups, latest prints, and as always, ring that bell so you never miss another video. And until next time, my fellow Dragonites coming from the Dragon Den, I'm King of Dragons 5000 reminding you to redesign, rebuild, and reclaim. I'll see you next time.